Board of Laverne Planning Commission, November 30th, 2010, regular meeting. Proper quorum has been determined. Can I have approval of minutes, please?
Chairman, I make a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
Have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Old business, site plan, Ed Gaw office, located 120 Glendale Drive, tax map 18 Alpha, Group Alpha, parcel 10.01. It's a C2 zoning district, property owned by L. Ed Gaw Jr. Mr. Green?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Owner submitted a site plan for a real estate office at this location. It's within the overlay district, and they've submitted drawings showing that the building exterior will be 100% brick and stone, a combination of that. Overlay has provisions that's common for redevelopment, and that's some of the things we talked about at the workshop. This helps sites such as these function correctly. And speaking with the applicant, they have doubled their landscape requirement, and the site has sidewalks and underground utility service, which is underground utilities required with the overlay. And they did receive their variance. This is the picture of the site layout showing the office and the parking area. It's kind of hard to see just due to the scale here, but you all have the copies there at your all's place that where y'all can probably see that a lot better. It is the C2 zone, and this aerial is actually I think 2007, maybe a 2009. The applicant has bought this property. He did demo this house. It was an old burnout house. Some of y'all that have been on the board have seen this. The Planning Commission have seen this, you know, as it looked before. It's since been torn down and does look a lot better. And this is some pictures of the site that were taken a few weeks back. And this is the area that in question for the site. And the only remaining item that we had was the variance request, which was approved by the Board of Zoning a few minutes ago. So.
2 through 13 from the workshop have been addressed.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I'm making a motion to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept and submitted. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is new business. Recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, accepting of Woodsong subdivision phase 1, 2, and 3.
Mr.
Green?
Chairman, I
Oh,
would
sorry.
ask that this item be deferred at least another month or to next month's meeting, because I spoke with the developer yesterday, and there's a few punch list items that, because of the weather, he's not been able to take care of, and he's would like a little bit more time to get those taken care of before we, recommend this to the Mayor and Alderman.
Okay, we have a request for referral, and so it'll be done. Next, number 3, motion to conduct a public hearing to amend Article 1 of the subdivision regulations regarding easements. Earliest possible date, January 25th, 2011.
Yes, sir. This is just a motion for a public hearing for the amendment to the subdivision regulations. This is the one detailing the easements that we had spoken about at the workshop, and this eliminates approval of landlocked lots unless an easement is currently used. It's a poor planning practice to approve a landlocked lot, and this would let's make sure that unless there currently is one being used, that we don't do that in the future. They'll have to have access from a public road or private street.
Chairman, we discussed at the workshop, and I'll make a motion to conduct a public hearing to amend Article 1 of the subdivision regulations.
I have a motion in place to conduct public hearing. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, motion to approve layout of Cheney Boulevard sidewalk project.
Mr. Chairman, this is the Cheney Boulevard sidewalk project that we discussed at the workshop. And this is mainly just to approve the layout or preliminary layout as you've seen. This will be the proposed layout if it's approved. Basically what we're trying to do is follow the state requirements, and you can only do so much design work until you've got to get environmental clearance, and that's what we're trying to do is want to make sure that this is the layout as far as, east and west side of the road, to make sure that it is approved by y'all. That way we can get the environmental clearance and then finish up the design work is what this is for.
Just to recall here, that's the one where it started and then it went across.
Yes, it starts on, I think it's the east side of the road when it's at the Smyrna city limits, connects to the existing sidewalk that they have there, comes down basically before you get to Wolverine Trail, and then crosses over the street there, and then continues on, I believe it's west side of the road, down till you get to Old Nashville Highway. This is a layout that we had previously brought when this project first started to this board, and I believe also, or it may have just been the mayor and alderman, that just to get a general idea before we got started to try to save some money instead of surveying, both sides of the road, is survey what we need to cut down on some cost. And like I say, we just want to make sure we've got approval of general layout. We still got a lot of design work as far as, drainage and other miscellaneous issues to contend with, but we can't start that process until we get environmental clearance. So we want to make sure that this is the layout or general layout that the board approves of.
With that being said, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to accept the layout of Cheney Boulevard as supplied.
I have a motion to accept. Do I hear a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Bonds, letters of credits update.
Mr. Chairman, everyone should have a bond sheet in front of them. Everyone is up to date at this point. I've got a few that will expire in mid-December. I have spoken with the developer and the bank on the McFarland Point, and I've spoken with the developer on the Chelsea Estates. They're all in the process of getting those extended for a year. And other than that, though, they're all up to date, and I'll be contacting. I know there's the Woods and Martin Bend, January 3rd is going to be coming up real quick, but I'll be contacting them in the next week or so to get that process started on them to extend.
Are there any comments? Any other comments from the board?
Mr. Chairman, just remind everyone that we have our training session, our analyzed training session is
That's correct. Mr. Green?
Yes, sir. The training session will be this Saturday, and it'll be held from 8 to 12 o'clock, and it'll be at the Codes Stormwater Building at 5175 Murfreesboro Road, and I think Evan will be there to teach that, and should be a good time to meet our state mandated training for the year.
If you have any special requests, text Evan. He'll bring in your breakfast.
Exactly.
That being said, is there any other comments? Motion,